were always running on edge.
Right.
But with the new implementation, it was one of the fastest, I must say. From initiation to go live, super fast, less than a year actually. And it now brings us data to our fingertips. I think our lifeblood, I would say, is privacy, integrity, information security, all of that. So all our applications are GDPR compliant. Our mission is, of course, to brighten everyday life for all. As a business, Unilever thrives through that to really take in consumer insights and help us drive our marketing strategies as well as our advertisements. And we're looking at bringing AI as well into the whole space.
Hello and welcome back to TechVerse, where innovation meets impact. On each episode, we take a look at how technology transforms our lives and the industries that impact us. This week, we're going to have a look at how Unilever is championing for change with technology in order for their success. Our guest today is Shehara Gamage, who is the head of IT at Unilever Sri Lanka. Shehara has been championing for change in her own ways in order to make Unilever a more tech-friendly and tech-driven company that also aligns with the company's missions and policies. Hello, Shehara. It's nice to have you with us.
Hi, Dasani. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, I'll kick things off with a bit of a very odd or crazy question.
Okay.
If Unilever was to ever become a movie or a character of a movie, do you think it would be an action-packed thriller, a feel-good comedy, or even an adventure?
Okay, all right, good question. I think to start things off, I don't think we can sum it up with a movie. Unilever is so vast, and I think with everything that we do on a daily basis, it would have to be something that's an action-packed sci-fi, I would say, with all our day-to-day issues that we go through, as well as all our innovations that take place behind the scenes. So it's more of a series, I would have to say, that is a mixed genre.
Okay. Shehara, a lot of brands at Unilever are household names by now. And I'm sure each of these brands goes through a ton of innovation. Could you maybe give us an insight of what we can expect and what's new for Unilever and what that innovation process is like?
Sure. So I think if I ask you, or maybe your mom, she'll be able to tell us a lot of Unilever brands.
Absolutely.
I think that's something that we get from all of our consumers. In terms of innovation, there is a lot happening, and this year it's super exciting. And in terms of business as well as tech, right, with all these new technologies coming into play. So definitely watch this space, stay excited, and let's look for the new updates.
Unilever's purpose-driven mission is quite inspiring. In your perspective, Shehara, how does technology play a role in this mission?
Great question. We really aim to be the brand that any household has and bring joy to everyone. So our mission is, of course, to brighten everyday life for all. And as a business, Unilever thrives through that. And with technology, we also want to lay the foundation that enables our business to do just that, to grow and succeed.
By the way, how's the coffee?
Oh, it's perfect. I love it. And I think I'm such a coffee person. I think you are too?
Yes, I am.
Yeah? Okay, I love it.
Nothing like a good cup of lavazza, am I right?
Yes, for sure.
So Shehara, let's dig right into some really cool tech that Unilever is sort of doing right now. And this involves robotic arms for palletization and even IoT-enabled performance monitoring. Now, this sounds really cool. So can you tell me a bit about that?
These are actually two significant wins for the supply chain team actually
Right.
at Unilever. And if you take the robotic arms in palletization, have you watched Transformers?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Let me guess. Bumblebee is your favorite character?
Absolutely correct.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So just imagine one of those arms just lifting those cases and putting them onto a pallet. And this is so precise
Right.
and runs 24/7, right? So you don't really need to give them breaks or any sort of shift
cool.
change,
Yeah.
right? So that's a quick win for us. As well as the IoT performance monitoring, that's more of a digital control tower which monitors the health of all our equipment.
Right.
So it tells our engineers, okay, this machine is failing and you need to attend to it right now. So that really helps with all the predictive space for the engineering teams. So
Right.
quite a lot has been done in supply chain, and this is just two of them.
I've also heard that Unilever is implementing end-to-end fully automated production lines.
Yes.
How has this boosted productivity and helped you all reach your operational goals in that way?
So it's actually quite fascinating. I think you really need to pay a visit to our factory.
Oh,
You'd fall
sure.
in love with the whole process. So I myself have a background in supply chain, and that's why I got into the whole thing, besides my IT space. But in terms of automation, I think it's called intelligent automation. So there are 5 pillars in automation. This is intelligent automation, which creates that seamless integration between all the equipment.
Right.
So it's all running automatically and don't really need human intervention. So that gives our employees, our factory employees, time to do more value-added tasks. So it really helps us there.
Unilever is known to be a marketing powerhouse and a sales madhouse, if I may say so. So if you could give us a little bit of an insight of something that we can look forward to in this space, especially for the brand, and something in general that is exciting for sales and marketing in tech for the future.
For sure, for sure. So before I took on this role as head of IT, I actually partnered both customer development or sales in
Right.
other terms and marketing. So I played that role for 2 years before I
Right.
took this on. So I was actually part of one of the largest digital transformations in the organization that happened with our sales team. And if I tell you our previous system, it was not integrated at all. There was lags in data and we were always running on edge.
Right.
But with the new implementation, it was one of the fastest, I must say, from
Cool.
initiation to go live, super fast, less than a year actually. And it now brings us data, to our fingertips. And what more do you need, right? Because of course, data is power.
Speaking of data, I think Unilever has a wealth of data amongst them, especially because you're driven to give a very personalized customer experience. And with big data comes big responsibility. So how is Unilever as a company safeguarding consumer data and their privacy while also giving them a personalized customer and user experience?
Very good question. So we actually have all our applications and, I think our lifeblood, I would say,
Right.
is privacy, integrity, information security, all of that.
Right.
So all our applications are GDPR compliant. And with the new act coming in March 2025, we have actually changed our applications to include the needs of that. So all of us at Unilever, the entire ecosystem, we breathe privacy, information security, and all of that. So it's just, as I said, it's a way of life, I guess.
Wonderful. And finally, Shehara, consumer engagement is key in the modern world.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of an insight on what initiatives that Unilever has taken to sort of enhance this experience between a business and a consumer?
For sure. So we do have a D2C site or direct to consumer site that helps anyone who wants to purchase Unilever products actually log in and, purchase it, and it gets delivered to your doorstep. We've also brought on the data-driven marketing program, which really helps us, engage with our consumers, obviously looking at personal data protection act as well, but to really take in consumer insights and help us drive our marketing strategies as well as our advertisements. And we're looking at bringing AI as well into the whole space to really bring out a much better marketing campaign.
All right, Shehara, let's shift gears and end on a fun note with a rapid fire round.
Sure thing.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Good shot. What's the most favorite tech innovation part of Unilever right now?
Virtual help desk, I have to say.
If you were to incorporate any futuristic piece of tech into Unilever operations, what would it be?
For sure, metaverse tech.
Throwing in a bit of an interesting question.
Okay.
What was your childhood nickname?
Radio Botswana.
Pray tell us why.
So I grew up in Africa and I talk too much. So,
Right.
And that's what the teachers called me at school. So yeah, Radio Botswana.
Such an interesting but yet fun name, you know?
Yeah.
What is one gadget you cannot live without?
There's two, my phone and my AirPods.
Oh, good. And if you were to collaborate with any tech company in the world,
Okay.
which company would it be?
It has to be NVIDIA.
Okay. And what is one piece of advice you could give to our viewers right now?
You never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory.
That's a good one.
Dr. Seuss.
What is your favorite Unilever product?
There's a lot, but I have to say comfort.
So, Shehara, if you weren't in IT, what career would you pursue?
For sure, wildlife conservationist.
Botswana.
Yes, yes.
And finally, what tech trend are you most interested about?
Artificial intelligence.
Interesting. Shehara, this has been such a fun and insightful conversation. From sustainability to data analytics, it is quite clear that technology is certainly in the forefront of Unilever and the cause for their success as well. So thank you so much for joining us and being with us here. Before you leave, we have a bunch of gifts for you. So the first one is actually from Colombo Coffee Company, one of our sponsors for this podcast.
That's where we had the coffee that we had before,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
all right.
So this is for you.
Thank you so much.
And we've got another interesting gift from all of us at TechVerse. It's actually a terrarium. So this is something that will live on forever, much like this podcast on the web.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Shehara, before you leave, I would love if you could place your signature on this mug, which is a memento for us. And towards the end of this season, we'll get to see who placed their all-important signatures on this mug.
Wow, thanks. I'm touched. And
No
thank you so
problem.
much for having me.
We loved having you.
All right.
I would also like to take a moment to thank our wonderful sponsors who make these episodes possible, RLIT, our tech partner, as well as Colombo Coffee Company, our beverage partner. To our listeners, if you loved this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and stay connected with us on our social media platforms. TechVerse is your ultimate guide to tech innovation, and we are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, as well as YouTube Podcasts. Until next time, keep searching for the transformative power of technology. TechVerse, fueling your tech curiosity.